Here is something nobody tells you before they hand you a raise. More money does not make you rich. It makes you spend more. Not because you're careless, not because you're bad at math, because there is a force in human psychology so consistent, so well documented, and so quietly devastating that economists gave it a name: lifestyle inflation. And it has erased the financial progress of more high earners than any stock market crash in history. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, why your brain is designed to fall for it, and the one move that breaks the trap permanently. And I'm going to show you the numbers, because when you see what a raise actually costs you versus what it could build, the math is genuinely shocking. I'm Mr. Finance, and every week I put real numbers on the money moves everyone talks about but nobody measures. If you want the next one to find you, subscribing takes one tap. Now, why raises are a trap? Meet Max. Max has gotten 4 raises in the last 8 years. His salary has gone from $42,000 to $70,000, a $28,000 increase. He is objectively earning $2,333 more per month than he was 8 years ago. His savings account has $4,100 in it. He cannot explain where the money went. Nothing feels extravagant. He didn't buy a yacht. He moved to a slightly nicer apartment. He upgraded his car when the old lease ended. He started getting his hair cut at a slightly better place. He eats at restaurants more, not fancy ones, just better ones. He subscribes to more things. Each upgrade made perfect sense at the time. He earned it. He deserved a slightly nicer life. That's what raises are for, right? Here is the problem. His lifestyle inflated by $1,330 a month over 8 years. His income inflated by $2,333. The gap, the $1,003 that should have been saving, got absorbed by smaller, quieter upgrades he can barely name. This is lifestyle inflation. Not recklessness, not stupidity, just the natural human tendency to spend in proportion to how much you earn, and it happens automatically, invisibly, in everyone who doesn't actively block it. The treadmill never speeds up dramatically. It just never stops. And most people run it for 40 years and retire with roughly what they had at 30, but in a more expensive life, they can no longer afford to maintain. Let me show you what Max's 8 years actually cost him. Starting salary, $42,000. First raise at year 2, up to $48,000, a $500-month increase. Max upgraded his apartment by $350, saved the other $150. Year 4, up to $55,000, another $583-month increase. He upgraded his car, which absorbed $400, saved $183. Year 6, $63,000, $667 more per month. New subscriptions, better restaurants, nicer clothes, $500 absorbed, saved $167. Year 8, $70,000, $583 more per month. Moved to a premium gym, started delivery meal kits, got the newer phone model annually, $500 gone. Saved $83. Over 8 years, Max saved a total of about $4,100 from those raises. He felt richer at every raise and ended up $4,100 richer. Now the other person, same job, same raises, same starting point. The rule: capture 50% of every raise before it touches lifestyle. The other 50% is free to spend. This is not deprivation, it's splitting the windfall. Year 2, $500 raise. $250 goes to a low-cost index fund automatically, same day as the salary change. $250 is into lifestyle, fine, real guilt-free. Year 4, $583 raise. $291 automated into investments, $292 free. Year 6, $667 raise. $333 into the fund, $334 free. Year 8, $583 raise. $291 to the fund, $292 free. 8 years of the 50% capture rule, invested in an S&P 500 index fund at an average 8% return. Total invested from raises alone, about $1,165 per month by year 8. Running value at year 8, approximately $98,000. Same income, same raises. Max has $4,100. The other person has $98,000. Before you feel bad for Max, or for yourself if this sounds familiar, understand that lifestyle inflation is not a character flaw. It is a feature of how human brains evaluate well-being. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. The brain adjusts its baseline to whatever your current circumstances are, incredibly fast. The new apartment feels amazing for about 6 weeks. Then it becomes normal. Then you stop noticing it. And then, without conscious thought, the brain starts comparing your life to a slightly higher standard again. This is why lottery winners often report returning to roughly the same happiness level within a year. And it's why every salary increase feels meaningful for a few months, and then you just feel like you're earning what you're worth again, and the lifestyle that came with it feels like the floor, not the ceiling. The brain does not experience your absolute income level. It experiences the gap between what you have and what you expect. Raise the income and raise the expectations simultaneously, which is what lifestyle inflation does, and the gap never improves. You feel exactly as financially tight at $70,000 as you did at $42,000. Because relatively speaking, you are. Knowing this doesn't make it easy. Hedonic adaptation is not a bug you can think away, but you can design around it. And that's what the 50% capture rule does. It moves the money before the brain can adapt to it. Lifestyle inflation doesn't always look the same. Here are the 3 versions that catch the most people. Version 1, the visible upgrade. This is Max's apartment and car story. Bigger, newer, nicer, a conscious decision at the time, invisible in its long-term cost. The fix, wait 90 days before any lifestyle upgrade that costs more than $200 per month. Most upgrades that survive 90 days of consideration are genuinely worthwhile. Most don't survive. Version 2, the invisible creep. This is the restaurant creep, the subscription creep, the delivery app creep. No single decision is the problem. The aggregate is. Fix, once a year, just once. Add up every recurring monthly cost and every spending category. Compare it to 2 years ago. The number that changed most without a decision you remember making is your inflation leak. Version 3, the social inflation. This is the most brutal one. Your income goes up, your social circle shifts. New colleagues, new neighborhood, new events, and the baseline of normal around you quietly rises. Dinner at slightly nicer restaurants because that's where this group goes. A weekend trip because everyone's going. Clothes that fit the new context. Fix. This one is about identity, not budgeting. The question to ask is whether you're spending to belong or spending because you genuinely want the thing. All 3 versions have one fix in common. Automate the capture before your lifestyle sees the money, not after, before. The 50% capture rule sounds simple because it is, but the mechanism that makes it actually work is automation on payday, not intention on the weekend. Here's the exact sequence. Step 1. Calculate 50% of your net raise increase, not the gross raise, the after-tax increase to your actual paycheck. Step 2. On the day the new salary hits, set up an automatic transfer for that amount to a separate investment account, same day, before you've spent a single dollar at the new salary level. Step 3. Let the rest hit your regular account and spend it however you want, guilt-free. That's your lifestyle share of the raise. Enjoy it. The brain never adapts to money it never sees in the spending account. That's the whole trick. You don't need discipline every month. You need one good decision, made once, on the day the raise arrives. If 50% feels aggressive, start at 25. Even 25% of every raise, invested automatically for 20 years, builds a portfolio most people will never accumulate on intention alone. The window is tiny and specific. The raise just landed. The lifestyle hasn't inflated yet. You haven't told your brain what the new normal is. That is the only moment it's easy. Miss it, and you're fighting lifestyle inflation uphill with willpower forever. More money does not make you rich. More money, captured before your lifestyle finds it, does. That is the entire lesson. It fits in one sentence. The reason it's hard is not that it's complicated. It's that it requires acting in the 5-minute window when a raise arrives, before the brain rewires its baseline. You now know the window exists. You know what to do in it. The next time a raise comes, in a month, in a year, in 3 years, you will remember this, and you'll either pull the lever or you'll watch the treadmill speed up again. I'm Mr. Finance. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of breakdown. No fluff, no feel-good advice, just the actual math. And tell me in the comments, have you ever gotten a raise and wondered a year later where the money went? Because I think more people relate to Max's story than anyone wants to admit. I read every one.